you must decide to live a life of bliss or of sorrow. I just recently finished playing Metal Gear Solid 2. I absolutely love the game and its ending. One of the ideas that stood out to me was when Raiden found out about the Patriots. I wanted to dig deeper and try to understand what the game was essentially trying to tell us. Is it just a world inside a video game, or have these Patriots leaked into our world of reality as well? This video will be trying to understand the Patriots a bit better and explain the connection to our world in the United States. With that being said, let's jump in with the codec conversations that give us an idea of who are the Patriots. The first mention of the Patriots starts off when Raiden finally rescued the president. Through their conversation, the president revealed that he got involved with terrorism because he wanted absolute power, claiming he has no power even as a president and is simply just a figurehead. Which comes to a shock for many people, because many in the US think that the president can create any laws with a swipe of his signature, but forget that he is restricted in power through checks and balances. He has a whole team dedicated to doing the research, to telling him what to do and say, and is just the face of the country. He simply just gives the okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if some presidents in the past didn't even have the right to say okay, and were forced to act against their will. If they retaliate, then we can only assume what will end up happening. The president revealed that the Patriots are the ones with power. The Patriots in this case is when we think of the elites or Illuminati of this country, or even the whole world. They are the ones that truly rule this country. The ones who control the politics, military, economy, even who becomes president. They decide what society sees. This essentially means that everything, for the most part, is all just an illusion. They make believe that the people are the ones with the power to decide for the country, but in reality, that isn't the case. It is an orchestrated way to keep the people distracted and just enough happy in order for them to not retaliate, because that is the last thing a group like the Patriots would want. They don't want to lose control. This is a group of 12 men known as the Wise Men Committee. All their identities are hidden. This is why they need the president to be the figurehead and talking piece on behalf of them. Because if their identities are a secret, then the people are unable to hold them accountable. They, in a way, just don't exist. Initial reactions would be to remove secret societies like this, but the president mentions that this Patriot organization must continue to exist because they are the ones that hold the balance of power. Without them, there will be global chaos. Which in a way makes sense, because if the position for power is vacant, then many will try to fill in that role and implement their policies that potentially can result in a dictatorship-ruled country. So in essence, they aren't completely horrible people either. Because of them, we have access to smartphones, gaming consoles, clean water, internet, many tiny things we don't realize but make our lives convenient. Compared to a country like North Korea, we have more freedoms under this specific Wise Men Committee. So, just something to think about. The good news is that they aren't completely invincible. They look for ways to have leverage. In this case, they needed a new Metal Gear, codenamed Arsenal Gear, which is an overpowered weapon containing over thousands of missiles in order to keep other countries in check, to be able to establish control. We can see this firsthand in person when we look at countries like US or Russia or China that each claim have the biggest and baddest nukes. So don't mess with me, or else I'll return the favor 10 times worse. This will keep everyone at a stalemate because no one will want to deal with the massive consequences of nuking. That is why a new form of control has entered the chat, making it their biggest fear, which is digital information. The new arsenal has plans to include a system to digitally manage the flow of information named GW. Fast forwarding, Raiden then rescues Emma Emmerich. Through their conversation, we find out more about Arsenal Gear. According to Emma, Arsenal Gear is a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale. Information spreads quick, and as time goes by, it is only getting faster and faster. With the use of TikTok, we are able to pretty much be informed of what is going on in the country within a few seconds of scrolling. The Patriots are looking to control this Arsenal Gear because by having the power to select, control, delete information, they can literally shape history however they like. If successful, change will happen, and even if people find out, they can't really do anything because digital information will outlive human lifespan. Meaning there won't be anyone to know that such information is false and must be corrected. The game came out back in 2001, so we must begin to question if the information we possess now is full truth, half truth, or even the truth at all. Is there currently an arsenal gear in our world? She gives an example of asking Raiden how many genes exist in an individual. He replies about 30 to 40,000. She says, right, that's the answer we are given, but there's actually 100,000, according to the original theory advanced by the scientific community. That information regarding remaining 60,000 was suppressed by the Patriots. Raiden believes it's all cap and there's research organization, but Emma says yeah, but those reports get slightly altered. Their goal is digital censorship, or so it seems. Lastly, Raiden gets into full contact with AI, which I can only assume to be a Patriot member. Created in the White House as this formless consciousness, digitized life form what can be seen as immortal. Raiden with the two perspectives given by the president and Emma, he asks why take away individual freedoms and censor the net. AI claims it's for our benefit, not theirs. It goes to explain that human memories, ideas, culture, history are not included as part of our genetics. That is why we keep records of our lives through words, pictures, books, and now smartphones. That is what keeps us as a species to keep evolving over time, because we would pick up where we left off through our recorded wisdom and experiences. We would pass down only key essential information to our children, who then keep doing the same. It's not having to have discovered something, they pass away and leave their children to figure it out all over again. However, their complaint is that today information is growing at a fast rate, but with it a lot of useless information, junk data as the AI puts it. So instead of passing down only key essential information, we now begin to pass down petty issues, misinterpretation, slander, etc., which they say slows down human evolution. We think this means censorship, but they don't want to control context, but to create context. We live in times where our flaws are praised and half-truths are rewarded. Society will get softer and softer to the point we are all afraid to hurt each other's feelings. We all begin to live a life in an awkward state in the middle of half-truths, which is just everyone being fake. They said it nicely when they said,
different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
They want to filter unnecessary information and memories in order to stimulate human evolution. To go through the infinite amount of useless digital information on the internet to take the most valuable truths and interpret their meanings. That is what it means to create context. The AI believes only it can judge what is true. To prove it, it asks if the self exists inside of us. They state that it is just a mask, used to preserve positive emotions or used as a way to give us strength. When things go wrong, we find convenient truths to justify our situation in order to make us feel better about ourselves, essentially leaving the old truth for the new truth. This is why the AI believes if someone like that should even decide what is true. We are meant to be weak but far from powerless, but digital information has made us too powerful. The AI sees this as problematic and views us as unworthy, therefore believes it is in our best interest if it controls our human thoughts and behavior. They want individuals that accept propaganda given to them, obey the orders, and do anything as told. This will help for us as a species to evolve at a faster rate. Now, given the information and the true intentions of the Patriots, what do I make of all of this? Well, firstly, I will say that the AI, based on their reasoning, do have our best interests in mind. They made so many great points and mentioned problems within our society. However, I take issue with the means of how they wish to achieve the goal of human evolution. We must use the argument they presented to us as a way for us to individually not be part of the problem. To control us, even if we evolve, would be enslavement. I would much rather have the free will to behave and think for myself, to discover wisdom naturally, than to be controlled, even if I do end up being less intelligent for it. That being said, digitized forms of control have already begun. A majority of content we see on social media is a way to influence us so that we accept, obey, and do as told. If we want to escape from this quote-unquote illusion, then we must arm ourselves with information. The more factual information we possess, the more free we will be. I think a great example of this being represented is in the book 1982 by George Orwell. It's literally about a totalitarian society in which the rulers or big brother shape their own truths and withhold actual truth from society. The result is absolute control over a lifeless zombie-like society. However, the protagonist starts to see the truth because he's able to learn factual information, breaking him free from utter control from Big Brother. We will be able to know what is true and what is a lie. It would be harder for us to be controlled as we are able to see through the illusion. If you choose to live a life without questioning and analyzing life, then you will become controlled and live in a state of constant fear. So, do yourself a favor. Use your brain to learn and to challenge and be challenged. That is truly how we become self-aware of our life and a step closer to finding the truth. There are two ways people can live their lives: in ignorance or in sorrow. For ignorance is bliss, and increase in knowledge, increase in sorrow. I will choose to live to continue increasing in knowledge, even if sorrow follows, because I think Socrates said it best, stating that the unexamined life is not worth living.